This is the L2C Media Network, and this is Sports Final with Steve, the Backspan Baxley, brought to you by the L2C Media Network. And now, with the details from the headlines that made the world of sports, here's Steve. All right, thank you very much. Good evening, everybody. Welcome one and all to the Corsican Ball. That's right, we're going an even more entertaining program. That's right. And the first thing we're going to do is to give you, we teased it. I think we went a bit too far in teasing it, but it looks like the big deal is now official. And we'll bring you all of that right now. U.S. broadcast rights for the National Hockey League are going to be split. And before we do that, we do have some breaking news to report. And can we go to that breaking news, guys? Please. Please, let's go to the breaking news. Okay, hang on for a moment. Okay. We have some breaking news in the media, and this is sort of a stunner, but we report it as worthy. There have been a lot of prominent sports media members lost in the last 12 months, and the latest one is Joe Tate. Tate called Cleveland Cavaliers radio broadcasts from their first year in 1970 through 1979, then from 83 through his retirement in 2011. He also called Cleveland Indians radio broadcasts from 73 to 79 and their TV broadcasts from 80 to 87. The Associated Press, Tom Withers, reported Tate passed away at 83 Wednesday following a battle with kidney disease and liver cancer. Joe Tate, a longtime Cleveland sports broadcaster and voice of the Cavaliers for more than 4 decades, passed away today. He was 83. He recently gone to hospice care following a lengthy battle with kidney disease and liver cancer. The Cavs said in a statement, quote, "A friend and mentor to many over the years, Joe Tate wasn't just a member of the Cavaliers family. He was a part of the Cavs story like no one else, and his voice and unique, candid perspective reverberates throughout the team's history. He will be dearly missed." Tate was with the NBA team from its inception in 1970 until he retired in 2011, calling over 3,000 games. In his final season, the Cavs honored Tate with a commemorative banner that hangs alongside some of the team's retired jersey numbers in the rafters of Rocket Mortgage Fieldhouse. Los Angeles Lakers forward LeBron James, who played for Cavaliers from 2003 to 2010 and 2014-2018, tweeted a tribute to Joe Tate today. Said simple, "Rest in paradise, my friend. You will be extremely missed here." Many others chimed in with tributes. Jason Lloyd, quote, "Price into the forecourt on the right wing, Price over to Elo, hands the ball to Nance, wham, with the right hand," end quote. "The sound of my youth, R.I.P. Joe Tate, a Cleveland treasure." Another Twitter personality, McNeil, said this, "Never forget sitting in the car with my dad in a snowy Acme parking lot, listening to the Cavs play the Jazz on a late December afternoon. Craig Elo hit the game-winning 3 and Joe Tate belted out, 'Yes, Virginia, there is a Santa Claus, and he comes from Lubbock, Texas,' end quote." We also gave a little bit of the Joe Tate, "Yes, Virginia" call. We can't play it, unfortunately. Craig Elo, yes, Virginia, there is a Santa Claus. He was the voice of the Cleveland Cavaliers. Joe Tate, best radio broadcaster, most loyal to the Cavaliers. The man they call Eggs will have an omelet tonight in your honor. You done good, Joe. Enjoy your eternal rest. The Cavaliers themselves tweeted the following: Cleveland Cavaliers mourn the passing of one of our beloved founding fathers and the original longtime voice of the franchise, Joe Tate. The Indians as well gave homage. On behalf of the entire Indians organization, let's see, do we have our players, past and present, and our fans everywhere. We share our deepest sympathies on the passing of Hall of Fame broadcaster Joe Tate. Joe entertained Tribe fans for 15 seasons, beginning in 1973 when he joined Tribe legend Herb Score in the Indians radio booth. He then switched to the Tribe's TV booth in 1980, where he remained until the 87th season. His most memorable moments include calling no-hitters by Dick Bozeman and Dennis Eckersley, and the perfect game by Len Barker in May of '81. Joe would joke that one of his greatest calls was Dwayne Kepper's only home run in August of '77. Kepper being one of Joe's all-time favorite players. Thank you, Joe, for the decades of joy you have brought Cleveland sports fans. Andre Knott, R.I.P. to Joe Tate, a man that I emulated in my backyard growing up when shooting hoops, to a man who was so huge in my development in this business. Always an honor and sincere to me and real. My heart hurts today as if I lost a family member. Ken Carmen. The Cavs were frustrating most of my childhood. Joe Tate on the radio made me love them more than any other team, and in turn love Joe more than any other broadcaster. Terry Pluto wrote a column on the passing of this legend. There are others who also gave homage. We invite you to go to Awful Announcing and read those. Tate will be missed by many. As those tributes show, our thoughts go to his family and friends. And you'll never guess who's waiting for Joe Tate at the pearly gates. Not just St. Peter, but another Cleveland original, Fred McLeod, who took over for Joe Tate in the radio booth, no, in the TV booth, I should say, for Fox Sports. Joe Tate, an original. And not only is Fred McLeod waiting for him, but people like, of course, some of the Cleveland Indians players, and some of the best in broadcasting. Okay. Let's get going with more of our reportage, if we may. And as we reported and teased, the NHL is back on ESPN this fall. The NHL and ESPN didn't waste any time announcing their new TV deal a day after the Canadian network Sportsnet reported an agreement had been reached. Here are the major takeaways from ESPN's press release, including news on the playoffs, exclusive games, and streaming. The deal starts with the 2021-2022 season and runs through 2027-2028. The total cost has not been reported, nor, from what people have seen rumored anywhere. ABC will air the Stanley Cup Final in 4 of the deal's 7 seasons. Of note, with the ability to simulcast, megacast on ESPN Plus and additional ESPN networks. There'll be 25 national exclusive regular games per season that will air on ABC or ESPN. 75 ESPN-produced national regular season games will be streamed on ESPN Plus and Hulu. ABC ESPN gets half the Stanley Cup playoffs each season. Now, this is curious. It will rotate by conference each year like it does Major League Baseball and NBA's national TV deals. ABC ESPN also gets the rights to the NHL Face-Off opening night games, as well as the All-Star Game, Skills Challenge, and other NHL special events each season. Winter Classic, Heritage Classic, Stadium Series. NHL.TV is being eliminated, and the league's out-of-market streaming will live on ESPN Plus, much like with the MLS streaming package. Now, ESPN also gets access to highlights for mobile and social, plus a variety of international rights are also included. Now, deep into the release, there's this note about other coverage. Quote, including a new weekly studio show during the NHL season on ABC, ESPN, or ESPN2. Now, given that the show is weekly, it probably won't be called NHL 2 Night, but as long as we're hearing some of that sweet NHL and ESPN music, it'll do. The playoff stuff also sounds like it'll alternate by conference each year, given the phrasing. Now, it would be asinine to lock each network into one conference for the life of the deal or dish out series on a seemingly random basis each year. Now to the component of streaming. The, quote, 75 live games on Hulu, end quote, thing is going to get a lot of play, but more than anything, it seems like this is really 75 live games on ESPN Plus. They'll also be available on Hulu through ESPN Plus integration. Today's the day ESPN has been integrated into Hulu, so it would seemingly be easy to have those NHL games on ESPN Plus available on Hulu as some sort of free preview type deal, as we sometimes see with premium add-ons from HBO, Showtime, etc. Anyway, this seems all well and fine for the NHL, but how well and fine depends on the NHL's other still-to-be-announced TV deal. If the cable broadcast component is similar to the league's current deal with NBC, the streaming games should be considered a nice bonus. If there are fewer, then some people will clearly be upset. As for the death of NHL TV, there's not much that hasn't been said already. ESPN Plus is a better overall value than NHL TV alone. Currently, NHL TV offers $70 for a season compared to $60 for a full year of ESPN Plus, and will probably provide a better user experience than the much maligned NHL.TV. Also, this will have the ability to draw more hockey fans to the product. People have a subscription to ESPN Plus and an interest in hockey, but no real desire to subscribe to an NHL-only streaming product. Now, all in all, this seems like the wide-ranging multi-platform TV deal the NHL is looking for. Should the presumed NBC TV deal contain a similar amount of games on broadcasting cable and maybe some on Peacock, the league really could be cooking come this fall. We shall see. We shall stand by, as they say. All righty, my friends. Let's see. Detroit Free Press tweet cites Chris Wallace and Ben Weber as Hall of Fame finalists, but the paper omitted an error with a good follow-up tweet. Yeah. The NBA All-Star Game last night, well, it sort of bombed. Drew record low viewership. The latest data points to declines for All-Star games across all sports, which is true. We keep going. Okay, it's 11:52. So let's get back to more sports headlines, and we'll get to some NCAA men's and ladies conference hoop. And the NBA is first up front. And here we go. LaMarcus Aldridge and the San Antonio Spurs have mutually agreed to part ways. Aldridge has been with the Spurs since 2015, but was set to become a free agent this offseason. He is averaging only 13.7 per game, the fewest he scored since his rookie season, only 4.5 rebounds per game, a career low. Aldridge nearly left the Spurs after 2016-2017 season. He asked for a trade, but eventually settled his differences with Popovich and ultimately signed a contract extension in San Antonio. This time, however, it seems as though his time with the Spurs lineups featuring Aldridge have struggled this season. The Spurs have an 8.7 points per 100 possessions, better with him on the bench, as their surprising success has been driven largely by their bench lineups. The Spurs entered the All-Star break with an 18-14 record and the number 7 seed in the Western Conference standings. Now, the Spurs, according to ESPN's Adrian Wojnarowski, are engaged in trade talks, but it is unclear who the suitors are or what the Spurs might ask for in return. Given his declining production, the price will likely be minimal. That the Spurs are willing to let him go despite having a genuine chance at making the postseason is not encouraging. But Aldridge's primary skill is shooting, and the shooting tends to age well if Aldridge can find the right monotone code. Monotone code. If Aldridge can find the right support system moving forward, he might still be able to help a contender whomever is fighting to. So here we go. Okay, sorry about that. Here we go. Boop. Okay. Let's keep going, and we got a couple of NFL news and notes for you. Well, even the Vikings are not immune to the crises. With a week remaining until the start of the new league year, the Minnesota Vikings have released offensive tackle Riley Reif. The move saves the Vikings $11.75 million in cap space, but also created a hole in the Minnesota offense line. 23rd overall pick in the 2012 draft, the 32-year-old Reif spent the past 4 years with the Vikings right after William. Thank you. Anyway, let's here we go. Okay, let me just. Oh boy, I tell you. Okay, that is one Viking story. Now we got another NFL story. As the Giants clear $10 million in cap space by cutting a starter. Yes, friends. They have released guard Kevin Zeitler, clearing nearly $10 million. Zeitler has joined the list of this year's salary cap casualties. The Giants released the veteran offensive guard on Wednesday, clearing $9.6 million in cap space ahead of the stars of the loading underwear. Anyway, Kevin Zeitler has joined the list of this year's salary cap casualties. The Giants released the veteran Osweiler. Okay, how you doing? Okay. Zeitler, who turned 31 years old earlier this week, started in each of his 31 games with the Giants. While he will likely take a pay cut, Zeitler should receive interest on the open market. Panthers, Bears, Cowboys, Packers, Vikings, Seahawks, and Washington. Currently, teams are looking to improve their offensive lines for the start of the 2021 season. There you go. Yeah. Okay. As you know, the National Basketball Association is getting near team trading line. That's right. And let's see what is being said. The Golden State Warriors have some decisions to make at the trade deadline. With the clock ticking on Steph Curry's prime, the Warriors are eventually going to have to commit to either going all in to try to win him one more championship, or hold firm with their younger assets to try and ensure a smooth transition to the next generation. They are reportedly unlikely to trade either number 2 overall pick James Wiseman or Minnesota 2021 first-round pick. But according to Bob Meyer, the Warriors are planning to be aggressive and improving at the deadline. Right, the fundamental question involved in any Warriors trade talks will be whether or not Wiseman and the Minnesota pick are available. If they are, the Warriors have the ammunition to trade for virtually any player on the market. If not, Golden State is likely shopping in the bargain bin, further contemplating members in the volatility of such young assets. And we'll give you a little sleep and a little hey. Let's see. Now, if not, Golden State is likely shopping in the bargain bin, further contemplating matters as the validity of such young assets. Wiseman's value will fluctuate depending on his play moving forward. White, he has not flashed potential as a rookie. He was not in Struman. No. He held hands with everyone. The secondary person here is, of course, I referred to him as. Okay, I think we are officially not yet done. Want to remind you, Nick Rikita tonight on the Rikita Law Network, only on YouTube. Attendance is, of course, mandatory. Okay. Let's get down to the brass tactics. And that means it's time for us to kick it in gear. Well, here we go. Giants clear $10 million in cap space. They cut a starter. Yes, sir. Okay. I think we already did this. Yeah, we already did the report. Kevin Zeitler was the man's name. We have some things to do, so let's get to the NC2A basketball scoreboard, shall we? Oh boy. Okay, let's get to college basketball scores as we are in tournament time. So with 6 seconds remaining, Stanford leads California 58-76. North Carolina over Sacramento. Here we go. Okay, end of the second half. It is 76-58, California over Stanford. Final scores: Northern Colorado over Sacramento State, 90-85. The Qs are back in it. They defeat North Carolina State, 80-68. Northern Arizona beat Portland State, 77-66. Wyoming over San Jose, 82-11. Okay. Syracuse beat North Carolina State 89-68. We got more scores for you. Northern Illinois beat Portland State by 11, 77-66. San Jose over Wyoming, 111-180. And okay, wow. Let's see. Where are we here? I've already done Wyoming over San Diego State, 111-80. Miami of Florida, 67-64 winner over Clemson. Jackson State beat Arkansas Pine Bluff, 74-62. Marquette, Fleet of Fortunes. Okay, let's keep going here. 111-80, Wyoming over San Jose State. Miami of Florida over Clemson, 67-64. Jackson State over Arkansas Pine Bluff 74-62. Georgetown over Marquette 68-49. The Battle of the States, Washington taking on Arizona, and strike up the band. She did good. Okay. UNLV, put her there, pal. Anyway, 80-52 winner in. Yep. Okay, let's hit this one hard, guys. In the Battle of the States, Arizona State won 64-59. UNLV beat Air Force 63 or what? Oh, right there. Sorry. UNLV beat Air Force 80-52. Iona defeated Siena 56-50, 22. Oh God. Oh. Okay. Iona over Seattle 55-52. Montana over Idaho 69. 64. Loyola Maryland over Army West Point 67-63. In overtime, Butler waved bye-bye to Xavier 70-69. Kansas State 70, TCU 50 degrees. Duke, the world's longest one prepares for some night crawling. Okay. Rice defeated Marshall 72-68. Utah defeated Washington 98-95. Vanderbilt defeated and helped put things in Mystery Solves Company. There you go. Fresno over New Mexico 85-77. Colgate over Bucknell 105-75. 105-75. Fairfield over Monmouth 79-60. Penn State over Nebraska 72-66. Lamar Baptist. We'll get back in a way. Our rates and price are going to rock you back here. And we will never sell you a used car. Okay, Houston Baptist lost to Lamar 62-52. DePaul over Providence 70-62. Notre Dame, clash of Timmy and okay, let's concentrate.
Wednesday.
Yep, but now it's Thursday. North Carolina beat Notre Dame. Florida Atlantic beat Texas El Paso. Prairie View moved literally lock, stock, and barrel to Mississippi Valley State, 91-64. Oklahoma have 10 states to Okay. I am obviously being hit, so we're just going to I am slowly going to bed a little early. Let's get you some Nhl scores. And here we go. Sorry if I've been a little bit out of it today. Early on in the second period, it is Canadians 2, Canucks nothing. Final scores: Golden Knights lose to the Wild 4-3. Erickson from Minnesota with 2 goals. Kasparov from Minnesota with 1 goal. Sosa, while we're on our way, big brace. Okay, I think what we're going to do is, since I'm about ready to fall asleep, I think it would be best for us to just read as much as we can here and do the thing. Oilers over Senators 2-1. Brazil for Edmonton, 3 goals, 2 assists. McDavid for Edmonton, 1 goal, 2 assists. And Nurse for Edmonton, 1 goal, 1 assist. Final in overtime, Avalanche over the Coyotes 2-1. LA Kings beat the Anaheim Not So Mighty Ducks 5-1. Kemp for Los Angeles with 2 goals. Doherty for Los Angeles with a goal, and Lettieri with nothing. And for a while, that is going to wrap it up for us. That is going to do it and wrap it up for us. I am going to get some sleep because got some heavy things going on here tomorrow. I want to thank you all very much for joining us, and we will talk to you, I hope, tomorrow. We will tell you what happened and such. Let us, for right now, promise we would do this. Let's get an update on what the Wizard Portal of Echoes and Mandy Summers. 6,830. So, how's Eternal Armor doing as we speak? Eternal Armor is 4,440 bucks. There you go. And that is going to wrap things up for us. I am going to go to sleep, so we will be back tomorrow, bright-eyed and bushy-tailed, 11:30 p.m. Eastern Time, we hope. But thank you all very much. for tuning in. We'll be back tomorrow. Thank you, and good night.